Welcome to another Mickey Mouse game, but this one is a little bit different. This game is a point and click adventure for the Gamecube console and it was actually developed by Capcom. If you have seen some of my videos, you know we complete this game 100%, but we also collect every retro achievement. This game consists of 45 achievements worth 203 points on the Retro Achievements website. These are achievements made by volunteers for retro games. But let's jump straight into the video. The story of the game sets us on a sleepy night where Mickey's consciousness gets lured into a magical mirror by what at first seems a friendly ghost. While the game teaches us how to use the controls, we get bullied by what seems to be another Mickey. After an understandable crash out, we capture the other Mickey and it seems to be it was the ghost trolling us. Who could have guessed? But he drops a mysterious item which we will call a blue star. After picking it up, we notice we now have a yellow star in the top left corner. The game teaches us we can use these stars to play tricks on Mickey in order to trigger events and levels or collecting some items. In this trick game, the ghost scares us and we got a key out of it, which we use to open the door. Notice how our yellow star is now empty. We walk through the door and we see ourselves sleep. It seems like the ghost has lured us to a magical mirror dimension. We try to enter the mirror, but the ghost stops us from returning and shatters the mirror in a lot of pieces. But the game refers it as to 12 pieces. After watching a cutscene of where some of the pieces are hidden, and the game telling us the goal of the game, we make our way forward to our first room. As you can see here, there are yellow stars laying around, which we can use to refill our trick meter. Looking inside of the hole in the wall, we find our first mirror piece, which also gives us the shard in the wall achievement. The shard magically gets teleported to the broken mirror, and after that, we make Mickey do another trick. We push him in the closet, and because he got mad and jumped around, a key dropped from the top of the closet. So yeah, this is how the tricks will work in this game. We make our way into the next room, the hallway, where we see another shard hiding under the carpet, but it seems like we can't reach it yet somehow. So we make our way into the next room, which we will call the candle room. We light the candle so we can see the light switch. We turn on the light, which reveals the key in some cobwebs. But for now, we will leave it like that. So on to the next room, the living room. Immediately we find a stuffed Donald Duck doll and collecting it gives us the Fluffy Friend achievement. Behind the sofa, we find another blue star which increases our max stars with 1. Oh, and fun fact, all of our empty stars get refilled for free by picking up a blue star. Pretty neat. Now with 2 stars on our hand, we go back to the candle room, where we use 2 trick stars to reach the key in the cobwebs. We make our way past the living room, we fill our stars by collecting some on the floor, and we move on to the next room. Nothing we can do here yet, so we move on into the next room, the toy room. We use 2 stars to ride the rocking horse, but it gets out of control, smacking us with our head against the wall, but in doing so, makes another mirror shard fall from the shelf. Picking it up gives us a shard from the toy room achievement. After that, we have a little look in the toy box where we find a flashlight, which we also get an achievement for, called Illuminated Mickey. We try our luck one more time in the chest, but this time we're not so lucky and we get caught in a mouse trap. Yeah, they're gonna need a bigger trap if they want to catch Mickey. We make our way back into the hallway where we go through another door, which we have to use another key for. Here we are in the, let's call it the piggy bank room. We look inside of the piggy bank and there seems to be some kind of gear in it. I wonder where we will need this for. On the ground, we find a Mickey coin which we put inside of the piggy bank. This is the first time the game shows us we also have an inventory. Putting the coin inside seems to have made the gear a little bit bigger. It seems like we need a few more of these coins. When we click 3 times on the blue star hanging on the ceiling, it falls down and we can collect it, increasing our max stars once more to a maximum of 3. We leave the area and make our way into the last door we haven't been in. A small passageway onto a big stairwell with a convenient hanging chandelier in the middle. We catch a glimpse of another blue star hiding behind the stairs, which we go and pick up. Already a maximum of 4 trick stars. Awesome. We walk up on the stairs where we find a potted plant. Picking up the plant gives us the Pedal Picker Mickey achievement. At the other side of the room, we find an empty vase. Mickey looks in it, which reveals another key. By using one of our star tricks, this sets up a cinematic to be able to receive the key. With enough star tricks, we make our way back to the candle room, where we light the candle yet again, and we use 2 trick stars to pick up another golden Mickey coin, which we go put in the piggy bank immediately. And the gear gets a little bigger again. We make our way into the corridor again, but we get stopped by the ghost. Mickey gets scared and tries to run away. Using a trick here make the ghost hold us, so we trample away the carpet, revealing that mirror piece we missed on out earlier. Collecting it gives us the shard under the rock achievement. We make our way back into the toy room while filling up all of our 4 star tricks by picking up stars on the ground. While going back to the place where we found the mirror shard, there seems to be a dog collar now. For some items, we need to complete a certain thing in order for the item to spawn. Picking up the dog collar gives us the Color Collector Mickey achievement. We use one trick to grab the witch, and she shrinks us down to a normal mouse level. Walking on the mini train station, we find a doghouse with Pluto in it, and collecting it gives us the A New Home for Pluto achievement. We use the trick on the briefcase, making us bring it with us for when the train leaves, and on the train we use the trick once more to create the mimic of the chest, running through the seats while the chest chases us. Using the trick for less time, Mickey trips and the chest hits the wall, revealing yet another blue star, putting our maximum to 5. Walking out of the station, while still being small, we get ambushed by a rubber ducky, which suddenly turns into a huge one that chases us around the room. We use a couple of our tricks so Mickey starts climbing on a cord on top of the table, and we use the tricks to fly around in a plane, shooting down the rubber duck. We fly through the cloud poster, and we start our first minigame. Here we have to dodge or shoot the bubbles in order to not get hit, and by going through the rainbows, we get a small speed boost. The goal is to reach the ghost in time and to defeat it. During the minigame, we get a Flying Ace Sightseer achievement for flying through all 7 rainbows, and for collecting all 10 stars, we get the Flying Ace Collector achievement. When we collect stars in minigames, it also refills all our stars out of the minigame. Awesome. We make our way all the way back to the smaller hallway. Yeah, this game has a lot of backtracking. We enter a brand new room, the kitchen, where we find Minnie's bow tie. So basically, the game is saying woman should be in the kitchen. Gotcha. But it gives us the A Little Something for Minnie achievement. While further inspecting the kitchen, we notice a cupboard full of knives and forks. Interacting with them gives us a 3-star trick, which brings out this cutscene, giving us another mirror shard and the shard in the kitchen achievement for collecting it. We check the next cupboard and interact with a pot of flour, which makes it fall on our heads, giving us another golden coin for in the piggy bank. We make our way out and into another new room, where we find another blue star just sitting there in the corner waiting for us to be picked up, number 6. And this also fills up all our existing ones. Nothing else to do here, so we go back into the kitchen, onto the other door, which we use another key for. We go upstairs and look through a hole in the ground. It seems like we need an item here we don't have yet. So we continue to the next room. We immediately spot another key hanging from the ceiling. We put the 2 steps onto each other, so we barely can reach the key thanks to the help of a QuickTime event. Here we made the mistake of going through the blue spiral door, which teleports us all the way back to the beginning. I know I saw this door somewhere before, but we have to learn it somehow, I guess. We make our way back to the stairwell with the chandelier, but this time we pick the other side's door. We go down the stairs, and it seems like we are in some kind of basement now. We interact with the room for a bit, but nothing seems to be happening. Until we touch the door to leave, then we suddenly get attacked by a magical sword that wants to murder us. Here we get thrown into another minigame where we dodge the sword and other items all the way into the other room. But there is no achievement here for this. But the ghost reveals it's him again who's behind this. In this room, we see two of the same paintings, but with one major difference. We place a flower we collected earlier into the painting that doesn't have one, and a secret passage opens. Entering it, we are in a very dark cave, but luckily we picked up that flashlight from earlier in that toy box. Making our way through the cave, we come across another piece of the mirror, giving us the Shard in the Cave achievement. We follow the light toward the end of the tunnel, and we reach a clock tower. Damn, this castle is really huge. Going outside, we find another key that will certainly come in handy. Nothing more to do outside, so we head back in, and go through the blue spiral door again. Making our way to the chandelier room, where we interact with the final door, but things aren't quite going well. It seems like the ghost is messing with us yet again. We use up 2 star tricks, so the chandelier falls on us, but Mickey dodges it just in time, as well as the scissors the ghost dropped. We find another mirror piece that was hidden on top of the chandelier, giving us the shard from the chandelier achievement. Seems like our pieces are coming together really well. Going back to the room where we mistakenly went through the blue spiral door, we now go to the right door, where we have to use another key. Oh wow, so many doors again. But it seems like it's another trick from the ghost. Here we have to find the odd one out, and surprise surprise, this gives us blue star number 7. We go into the only door that's locked, and we seem to be in a comfy living room now. We pick up the remote laying on the table, giving us the prepare to dance achievement. We doze off in the sofa until we get attacked by a wasp. By confronting it, it gets mad and bunks on the flower pot, which makes a mirror piece come out. Yeah, this game can be very weird. But we pick up the piece and we get the shard under the flowers achievement. We get on our way into the next room, which we will call the fishbowl room. We entertain the fish a little by dancing for it, and in his return he gives us a marble, which we put in our inventory. Picking up the marble and placing it in our inventory gives us the there is always time for a game achievement. We spot another shard on the closet in the next room. By using a trick on one of them, we make it fall on the ground so we can reach it. Picking it up gives us the shard in the closet achievement. This is our 8th shard already. We make our way back onto where we look through the ceiling. We drop the marble straight in the hole where the X is under, and that gives us blue star number 8. We go back to the piggy bank room, where we put in the final coin in the piggy bank, which makes it break, and we can finally get the item that's inside. It also gives us an achievement called Engineer Mickey. We go back to the TV room, where we finally can use the remote on the TV, where we can watch an old classic cartoon of Mickey. Using 3 trick stars, we fall asleep and dream of the next minigame that's about to happen. Here, we just have to copy some dance styles. No idea what this was for, because it's not attached to any achievements. And also, we didn't get any item for it, but it was a fun minigame. But I think it triggered another item drop, because if we go back to the piggy bank room, there is now, well, a piggy bank. We can pick it up, giving us the Banker Mickey achievement. If we go back to the room where we found the closet shard, there is now a plant pot. Picking that one up gives us the Gardener Mickey achievement. It's quite some backtracking, but we gotta do it for 100% completion. We make our way back to the clock tower and we put the gear in its place. Now we can operate the clock by pulling its handle while Mickey shows off his acrobatic skills. A little overkill if you ask me, but it doesn't matter because there was another mirror piece hidden, giving us the shard in the clock room achievement. We use a trick on the handlebar, making us miss it this time, so we get sent all the way to the top of the clock. We made the clock strike a few times so the blue star drops down, and we can pick it up later. Once Mickey realizes how high we are, he panics. It seems like Mickey is afraid of heights. Who knew with all these adventures he has been through? We fall off the roof so we can collect our 9th blue star. We make our way to the top again, but this time we use a trick so Mickey breaks off the pole, which he uses as a balancing pole to cross the other side of the tower. There we find a collectible, a bell, which gives us the Mickey Visits London achievement. Going to the second tower, we spot another mirror piece we can't quite reach. So we go down the stairs and run back up, starting a quick time event where Mickey gets a sprint off, which makes him able to jump high enough to grab the piece. This gives us the Shard in the Tower achievement. Just one more piece to go. Going down the stairs and into the door, we are in some kind of dungeon where we find a castle. Wait, is that the Disneyland castle? Oh yes it is. We collect it and it gives us the Mickey Visits the Happiest Place on Earth achievement. Going down some more stairs, we come across a stack of barrels. Interacting with it, the ghost throws a barrel right at our face. But it also starts a minigame, where Mickey suddenly gets Street Fighter powers, and we have to destroy the barrels with Shoryuken and Hadoukens. Now this proves this game was developed by Capcom. A fun little Easter egg here. By completing the minigame, the ghost panics and throws a can of tomato soup at our face. Picking up the can gives us the Someone Was Hungry achievement. On to the next room, which I would like to call the broke hallway with some more doors. When we enter the door on the right, we find an abandoned room. Within the fireplace, another blue star. That's number 10. When we straighten all the paintings in that room, we get a secret collectible of a painting. When we pick it up, we get another achievement called Remember What You're Fighting For. Back in the hallway, we get a quick time event for jumping over the gap leading to another door. There we find the same stairwell like in the other tower, but a lot more broken. Interacting with that convenient pole laying on the handrail of the stairs, we use it to get to the top of the stairs, giving us this dramatic scene. At least we thought so. Using 2 more star tricks, slightly changes Mickey's direction, making him burst into a random room with a big bathtub in the middle. We spot another blue star under the water. Using 3 more trick stars, Mickey dives right into it, but we get cancelled by this fish, who swallows it whole. We promise the fish we will place him into the fish bowl together with the other fish, so we store him in the empty tomato soup container. In doing so, we get the Fisherman Mickey achievement. Seems like nothing else we can do here, so we try our luck with the stairs again. But this time, we won't mess with Mickey and not use a trick. This sets us up for the right angle, and we land on top of the stairs, where we see another blue star. Right on time, so it refills all of our empty containers and raising our max to 11. Going through the next door, we are in the library. We pick up the magnifying glass and get the Mickey Mouse Gumshoe Extraordinaire achievement. On top of the bookcase, we find another key. It seems like the ghost wants to annoy us again, so we try to get him out of some bookcases a few times. And after a bit, he gives up and he drops the key we can then pick up, which we immediately have to use for the next room. We interact with the guitar, which starts another minigame. This was actually a pretty hard one, because in order to get the achievements, we cannot make a single mistake. We get one achievement called Rock and Roll Mickey for collecting 10 stars, and after practicing a bit, we get the full combo Mickey achievement for not missing a single note. We go through the next door and up the stairs, where we find a windmill collectible. Picking it up gives us the Mickey Visits the Netherlands achievement. We interact with the box on the table, and a mini version of the ghost appears. We use the magnifying glass to see him better, and we use a trick again, making the ghost gigantic and shrinking Mickey for some reason. Don't ask questions about it, I told you this was a weird game. But Mickey does a leap of faith, Assassin's Creed style, and we land in a hole on the piano, bouncing off another piece of the mirror to the ground. We get back to our normal size, and we pick up the piece, giving us the Shard at the Piano achievement. This is our last one, but we aren't quite done yet. We go back to the mirror room and we see the ghost holding us back from going to the normal world again. We also see that we need one more mirror piece. That's strange. The game clearly says there were only 12. When we try to leave, the ghost gets all sad. It seems like he isn't so bad after all, and he just wanted someone to play with. So when we decide to stay for a bit longer, he gets overexcited. Lucky for him, because we aren't done here yet. We have a few more achievements to collect, but if we wanted, we could have ended the game right here. We go back to the kitchen, interacting with the fridge gives us the snowboarding minigame. For collecting 10 stars in the minigame, we get the Starboarder Mickey achievement. We also get the Snowman Smasher achievement for smashing 8 snowmen during the minigame. We go back to the fishbowl room to put our fish friend with the other fish. As his thanks, he spits out the final blue star. Collecting it gives us all 12 blue stars and the when you make a wish upon a star container achievement. We go back to the tea room where we find another collectible and giving us the True Love's Kiss achievement. This wasn't here before, but because we interacted with the kissing fish, this spawned in. We go back to the secret passage with the paintings, where we can interact with the other painting, now giving Mickey a jump scare and making him hit his head on the shelves, but it drops a key in the progress. We go back to the dungeon with the barrel minigame, because apparently we have to Hadouken every barrel without missing one. And doing so spawns a dojo collectible, and picking it up gives us the Mickey Visits Japan achievement. When we go back to the bathroom, there is a rubber ducky waiting for us. Collecting it gives us the It's Better to See It When You Bake achievement. We also collect the Goofy plaque, giving us the True Friendship Framed achievement. We interact with a painting in the first corridor where there is another hidden mirror shard when we scare away the ghost, giving us the shard from the painting achievement. That should be all of them this time, all 13 mirror shards. We go back to the mirror, and unfortunately, this time we really have to say goodbye to the ghost, making them both very sad. But, because we achieved the secret ending, Mickey decides to invite the ghost over, getting us the Befriended Mischief Maker achievement for completing the game. Mickey finally returns to the normal world while still thinking it's a dream. When Mickey wakes up and leaves the room for breakfast, we get a last glimpse at the ghost, showing us it wasn't a dream after all. The credits roll, and here we have a pretty cool mechanic. We can Hadouken the credits, which gives us points. Collecting 500 points gives us the Strange Way to Thank the Team achievement. We make our way into the minigame room, where we can replay all of the minigames, because there is 2 more things we have to do. Hadouken 12 barrels within the time limits. In doing so gives us the Barrel Blaster achievement, and getting that extra 13 barrel in, which is extremely tight with the time limit, giving us the Special Barrel Blaster achievement. And that was it for today. We fully completed Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse with all 45 achievements. This has been my longest video yet, but I hope you like it as much as the others. If you do, leave a like and subscribe, it means so much. A huge shout out to the Retro Achievements community for bringing games like this alive again, and especially to Pickled Gems Man for creating this achievement set. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.